10 Hottest Summer Skirts Breaking the Internet in 2025. Number 1. The skirts that are part of a set. In other words, they are coordinated pieces. Generally, they come in the same color or with the same print, matched with a top, a blazer, or a shirt. This way of pairing a skirt with a set, for me, is one of the most practical and easiest options, and if you don't already have it in your wardrobe, I strongly encourage you to invest in one because it really makes daily life easier. Simply having this ready-made combination in your wardrobe makes it easier to put outfits together. You can even pair it with other matching accessories. So, along with this skirt and blazer set, for example, you can match a wide variety of accessories and pick, for instance, a blouse suited for each occasion. If you have a set consisting of a blouse and a skirt, what you can do is pair it with different types of jackets and shoes. That way, your day-to-day life gets easier. You already have a base ready, and you just need to add a few pieces depending on the situation. Since we're talking about 2025 fashion trends, I recommend investing in beige, white, or blush pink. These are colors that match really well with these skirt sets. They work super well for 2025 and will also bring lightness to your look. If you can invest in lightweight tailoring, it'll be perfect. Linen and cotton will further elevate the outfit. I would totally pair it with a pair of pumps or minimalist sandals. I think these sets look great with other delicate and minimalist items as well. They also go really well with that classic white sneaker. I know you already know from the channel that basic piece every woman should have in her closet. And of course, these sets are perfect for daily events, casual meetups, or that relaxed lunch, whether with friends, your husband, or your boyfriend. So, it's a perfect piece for you to own. Ladies, don't let sets go unnoticed in your wardrobe, because they'll make your life much easier. If you love that 90s vibe clueless style, you should totally invest in these cute skirt sets. Number 2. Maxi skirts, which are totally back. Maxi skirts, especially the model we call 3-tiered skirts here in Brazil, are super trendy. You should invest in long pieces with layers, especially gathered layers that are flowy. Avoid heavy maxi skirts. The goal here is lightness and softness. Feel free to go for floral prints, which are in fashion, along with earthy tones like lavender, beige, and a soft shade of blue. That way, you get a very romantic and feminine look. These pieces match this romantic aesthetic. So, for example, if you like wearing a blouse with puff sleeves, this is a skirt that will work really well, but it also pairs well with basic pieces. So, if you're a woman who loves a tank top, something simpler and more minimal, it'll work just as well. Skirts are an excellent choice because they go with a wide variety of items. They also have a very practical feature. They help hide your legs, especially when you're not very fond of them, whether you think they're too thick or too thin. Problem solved. Put on a beautiful, flowy maxi skirt and you're good to go. I recommend materials like katona, lighter cotton. Okay, ladies? Nothing too heavy. Viscose is also an excellent choice, or even a tech fabric if you want more durability. I recommend looks inspired by that cottagecore romanticism, with plenty of puff sleeves, as I mentioned earlier. It gives a feminine, delicate, and romantic feel. If you want to create contrast, mix it with more sporty pieces, like a sporty jacket or a tank top. That way, you create a mix, a contrast between romantic and casual. This type of skirt adds a lot of movement to the look, so you'll look simply stunning. Besides, it's a skirt not everyone wears, right? I've noticed that more and more women are leaving skirts and dresses behind and opting for jeans and shorts instead. So, if you want to stand out, it's a piece that will definitely attract attention in a very elegant, beautiful, and interesting way. It's a piece that looks beautiful with a crop top or tied blouses. You can even wear it with a light knit on cooler days to add that touch of elegance. It suits all styles. So, just because it's a romantic piece doesn't mean you always have to wear it only with romantic items, okay? You can mix it up from classic elegance to something more casual, laid back, irreverent, or youthful. There's lots of room to experiment with this piece. Number 3 is the lace skirt. The most interesting thing about the lace skirt is that it kind of came out of nowhere. And now it's going viral on all social media platforms. It's fascinating to see how often this skirt has been appearing. Of course, it's a skirt that often shows some transparency. So, here are two options. You can wear it without a lining meeting completely sheer. You can wear it with a short lining, which would look like a mini skirt underneath the lace skirt, or you can wear it with a full lining, meaning it has lace on top and a lining underneath. That way, there's no visible transparency. It's a delicate, feminine, and very timeless skirt. But right now, it's showing up in more creative ways, so we won't see it looking so feminine and delicate in outfits. What we generally see are lace skirts paired, for example, with blazers, tank tops, sneakers, loafers, moccasins, or pieces that are often more masculine, such as tailored items or more classic pieces. So, we take for instance a blazer, a loafer, a moccasin, or even casual or sporty items. And in this case, we'll see them styled with a tank top or sneakers. The idea here is really to create that mix, bringing creativity and uniqueness to these looks. But I get it, it's not for everyone. Not everyone will wear it because it's really a bold, creative piece. If you prefer wearing this skirt in a more delicate, feminine setting, my tip for you is go for tone-on-tone or monochromatic combinations. If you wear a white lace skirt with a black blazer, look at the contrast: a heavier, more masculine, tailored piece on top and a sheer white skirt underneath, creating a strong contrast. If you wear that same skirt with a white, more fitted blazer on top, look how different the look becomes. You can imagine the combo with a loose, oversized black blazer versus a more fitted, delicate white one. The same goes for shoes. If you pair that white lace skirt with a more masculine shoe like a moccasin or a loafer, what happens? You get contrast. It's more creative and interesting. Want to make the combination a bit more delicate and feminine? Wear strappy sandals in lighter shades, like white. You can also go for a monochromatic look in darker tones. You can create an all-navy outfit, or all black, or even burgundy. It'll look stunning. These colors are also currently trending. So the idea here is to soften the contrast by using similar colors and also by choosing more delicate cuts of fitted top and more feminine shoes. Using this simple trick, you'll find it easier to style this skirt because I know not everyone is going to want to style it in such a bold way, okay? This is a skirt that adds texture to your look, adds creativity, and works as a focal piece, the one that stands out the most. That's why I say, if you're going to go bold with the skirt, tone down the other pieces. Opt for a shirt or a light t-shirt, nothing too flashy. Choose delicate heels again, nothing too flashy. Unless you're someone creative, then go ahead and mix it all up. Add bold accessories, and it'll look fabulous. But if that's not your style, be careful because many people buy this skirt and never wear it. They often just leave it in the closet, not knowing how to style it. Number 4 is the suede skirt. Suede has a soft, velvety texture and pairs perfectly with fall vibes. When it comes to colors, suede usually comes in caramel, wine, or olive green tones. So, it naturally suits women with autumn coloring. If you've done your personal color analysis and you turned out to be an autumn type, whether it's soft autumn, deep autumn, or bright autumn, you should definitely invest in suede. Suede gives off this multi-sensory appeal, which, as I've mentioned on the channel before, is a major trend in fashion right now. It's not just about how something looks, there's also texture and even a kind of sensory feel. For example, if you have a suede piece in a caramel tone, look how multi-sensory that is. The caramel tone, the velvety texture. The same goes for wine-colored pieces. So always try to incorporate that multi-sensory element into your outfit. Suede also works very well for those with a monochromatic wardrobe. You know those people whose entire closet is black? That kind of person can and should invest in suede. Because when you build a wardrobe all in black, it can start to look like all your clothes are the same. But when you add texture, you create visual interest. So I think it's perfect for people who seem to always wear the same colors. The same things that breaks that feeling of repetition. And hey, there's nothing wrong with repeating outfits, okay? Clothes are made to be worn again. If it's clean, it's new. But you know that person who always wears the same palette? Adding suede can bring a bit more creativity thanks to the texture. This texture also reminds me of the 1970s. It has that Western boho chic vibe that I know you love and that's really trending for 2025. So, you've got some great investment pieces here. And right off the bat, you can pair it with a suede bag too, since the material as a whole is trending. If you want to invest in a suede bago for it, want to invest in suede shoes? You can. It'll look adorable. There will be a wide variety of models. You can go for midi styles or more form-fitting ones, like the pencil skirt or long pencil skirt, which are also super trendy and work great. It's a material that, in my opinion, works really well with neutral blouses. It also pairs well with tops with more ruffles like a ruffled blouse or bell sleeves because it fits that 70s vibe. So any outfit that's even slightly inspired by the 70s works beautifully when you add a suede skirt. It all just fits together so easily. I highly recommend wearing it with boots, okay? I think a suede skirt looks absolutely stunning, super flattering. And it looks amazing with jackets too. Whether it's a denim jacket or a leather jacket, it'll be stunning. I think a suede skirt with a leather jacket, especially if the leather is shiny, not suede-like, creates a contrast that makes the outfit super creative. As I mentioned earlier, you can even create an all-black look. If you wear a black suede skirt and a shinier black leather jacket, the look instantly becomes more interesting just because of the textures. Number 5 is the polka dot skirt. Ladies, this skirt is classic, traditional. It's the famous skirt with polka dots, which can be more delicate or larger, and they come in various colors, okay? Regarding the size of the polka dots, here's a trick you'll use for life. Imagine you're a woman who is 1.6 meters tall. Your features are smaller, your nose is small or medium, your mouth is small or medium, your eyes are the same, and your head is small. If you wear a skirt with very large polka dots, what's going to happen is that all you'll see are the dots. It won't flatter your beauty. Now imagine a woman over 1.7 meters tall. She has a larger bust, heavier arms, a bigger nose, a larger mouth, larger features overall. In this case, the larger dots will look great. Why? Because they reflect the scale of that person's natural beauty. So, what's the trick here? If you're a woman whose body is overall small and delicate, go for small polka dots. If you're a woman with big features, big eyes, big mouth, big nose, go for larger dots. But when I say larger polka dots, I mean something like 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters. You don't need a dot the size of a Christmas ornament, okay? No need to go that far. And if you're an average-sized woman? Well, I personally consider myself average, right? I'm 1.6 m tall. My nose isn't very big. My mouth isn't very big. My eyes aren't very big. Everything's in the medium range. So what do? I can wear polka dots that aren't too tiny but not too large either. I go for small dots, around 1 centimeters max. That's perfect. Use that as your guide when choosing, okay? As for colors, you can invest in the classic black and white. It's wonderful. Another choice I find perfect and very trendy right now is brown. Brown with dots in cream or white looks amazing. It also feels lighter, okay ladies? It's less cartoonish, let's say, because black and white can sometimes look a bit too costume-like. You can also go for other trendy colors. Navy blue, burgundy, even gray, which is in style right now. So you'll have plenty of color options. You can also choose more romantic colors, like light blue or light pink, to really give it that soft touch. As for fabrics, I really like viscose, because we're talking about a print here. So you need to be careful with the fabric, so the print doesn't fade, wear out, or get damaged. In that case, I recommend viscose, satin, or even a good quality synthetic material that has durability and will hold the print longer. Polka dot prints are very striking. They bring that 1950s vibe and pair beautifully with items that have a retro feel. So, if you pair it with Mary Jane's, it'll look amazing. If you wear it with a shorter jacket, which is also in fashion right now, it'll also look amazing. These are pieces that give off that slightly retro vintage look. So the result is simply perfect. Want to give this outfit an even more interesting twist? Just tie a scarf either around your neck or in your hair. It'll look absolutely stunning. And I want to know, are you a woman who has a lot of skirts in your wardrobe, or just a few? Are you not much of a fan, or do you love them? I'd love to know more about what you wear day to day. Tell me in the comments. And of course, you help me a lot by typing the magic words of the day, which are Viral Skirts 2025. I'm counting on your help to keep bringing new videos every single day. While you comment, let's keep the video going. Number 6 is the Gingham Skirt. This small checkered print is very charming and very delicate. It appears in a huge variety of colors, okay girls? So you'll see it in pink, blue, black, usually paired with white. I've already mentioned here on the channel that I really love the red and white combination because it really reminds me of that picnic vibe, you know? It feels like something straight out of a garden stroll. Like, let's go have a picnic. I think it's very romantic, very feminine and delicate. But you can choose whichever color combination you like. Just today, I saw a pair of pants in this material, with this print, and it came in a brown and white combination. I thought it looked simply amazing. So yes, you can always go for a gingham that matches the colors you like best. And do you know what's even more interesting? Today, girls, I recently found online options for you to custom make the fabric you want. So if you really love a print like this one, but let's say you love burgundy, and you can't find a skirt the way you want in burgundy, what do? You send this print to them and say, I want it like this and this. They'll send you a sample, you approve it, they'll make the fabric, you receive it at home, take it to a seamstress and say, I want this model here, or I want this model like that. Then she'll trace the pattern and you'll have a custom-made piece with the print you want in the exact color you want. How amazing is that? That kind of thing was unthinkable in the past. And sometimes we pay a lot for a piece that's not even the way we wanted it, not in the fabric we wanted, or in the color we wanted. So I think this option is simply incredible. And I plan to start using this trick to create a wardrobe that feels more like the colors I want, the way I want, because we know we don't always find exactly what we're looking for, right? But back to the print. This is a feminine, delicate pattern. It's that small checkered gingham. It may sometimes appear slightly larger, sure, but it's usually used in its smaller version. It has a summer vibe, okay? So it really feels like summer, like spring. But if you live in a warmer region, you can wear this print all year round. That's my case. I live in Rio de Janeiro. And as you all know, winter here lasts practically a week, right? This is a print that lights up your outfit and brings a youthful touch. So if you're someone who likes to look younger, who enjoys a more casual, fun vibe, you know, that person who's always in a good mood, full of positive energy, this print is totally your vibe. Besides that, it's a delicate print, so it works very well for more romantic, feminine women. I think you should invest, for example, in pairing it with a white shirt to bring a nice balance. So usually when we talk about this kind of print, it comes with some white in it. So match it with your white shirt or a white t-shirt. You can also go with a tank top to bring more calm and simplicity to your outfits. It goes very well with ballet flats. I think it looks very romantic with ballet flats. Mary Janes I don't even need to mention, right? Mary Janes are still trending and match perfectly. Those T-strap sandals also pair beautifully with this type of skirt, which is feminine and delicate. I think it's just perfect for the woman who's looking for femininity and a youthful touch. If that's what you're looking for, don't let the skirt be missing from your wardrobe. Number 7 is double layer skirts. These are skirts that have more than one layer, so it's like one skirt over another. It's a skirt with an overlay. It can come with ruffles, with inner layers. It's a more creative skirt. This is what we're calling a statement skirt. And I recently mentioned how statement skirts are going viral on the internet because they usually combine different materials. What will you see? You'll see a somewhat thicker fabric on the outside and a detail inside made of another material, sometimes contrasting. So, it's a skirt that has a white inner layer, like a white ruffle, for example, and a black outer layer. It can be a black satin skirt with a white ruffle at the bottom. So, by itself, they catch attention. That's why I recommend more classic tones, okay? I'd say you should invest in beige, white, black, or gray. I wouldn't recommend investing in a skirt that's neon green, pink, or other bold colors. Why? Because we're already talking about a skirt that looks like one over another. It's already a statement skirt. So, you have to be careful, or else it can look too over the top, especially if you're not used to it. Because, as I often say here on the channel, you can wear whatever you want. Your personal style is yours. If you like to wear a green skirt with yellow polka dots, there's absolutely no problem. As long as it matches your style, you feel comfortable and you feel good. The worst thing is buying a skirt or any piece that we think looks beautiful on others, but when it's time to wear it, we don't because we don't feel comfortable. So, at this point, be careful. I've seen skirts with overlays like these that are very elegant, very beautiful, and wonderful. And skirts you can easily wear to work, or for going out, shopping, or strolling around. So it really depends on the style. But if you go very bold with the color, it'll be harder to wear right away. So, what's my usual tip? If you want a piece that's already very creative in its shape, avoid very creative colors. Bet on neutrals. Also because neutrals are easier to match. It's easier to match a black skirt, a beige skirt, a brown skirt, or a gray skirt than to match a neon pink, neon green, or yellow skirt. Got it? So those are trickier colors. I think these skirts remind me a lot of the 80s. That heavier, bolder, yet luxurious vibe. They create interesting volume, add movement to the look, and they look beautiful with blazers. I think they look simply stunning with a blazer. You can go for a more fitted blazer if you want a more feminine look, or a looser blazer. I'm on the fitted blazer team, girls. Anything I can wear that's more fitted, I'm always voting for it. Except t-shirts. For t-shirts, I'm on the loose, oversized t-shirt team because I love an oversized tee. But aside from that, I'm on the fitted blazer team. And, by the way, girls, you can take a blazer you already have and bring it to a tailor, okay? I don't know if you're aware of this, but don't leave that blazer you spent a fortune on abandoned in your closet. Take it to the tailor. They'll shape the waist, and you'll have a new, trendy, wonderful, and super stylish piece to match your new skirt. Number 8 is the floral skirt, especially the midi-length floral skirt. But you can wear it in other lengths too, okay? But mainly midi-length. It brings a more romantic style. Floral prints can be medium-sized, small, or even large. But when we're talking about larger florals, what kind of floral is that? A softer one. So it'll be a floral combined with some transparency, a more faded floral, not so obvious. We won't have big contrasting florals, okay? It's like a painting where the colors blend. That's for the bigger florals. For smaller florals, it's easier to wear something a little more contrasting. Regarding colors, delicate, soft tones, blue, coral, lilac, pink, especially a rose tone are the colors I've seen the most, usually paired with a bit of transparency. The fabric can be viscose, silk, or even linen, but I think it's easier to go for viscose because it's easier to find floral printed viscose fabric. I think it's super feminine, but that sweet, classic, girly femininity, which doesn't mean that mature women can't wear it. But here's my trick. I think it looks nicer on mature women in heavier tones, like burgundy, navy blue, black, brown. Those new neutrals I've already talked about on the channel. It creates a more powerful vibe, you know? It's a bit away from that girly, delicate, sweet thing that lighter tones can convey. I think it's a skirt that looks perfect with chunkier heels. So think block heels, think platform shoes. That's what I'm imagining. This kind of piece will look great with a floral skirt because it creates this feminine, delicate aesthetic with attitude at the same time. I think it looks great with a basic t-shirt, a tank top, especially those with wider straps, which are the ones in fashion right now. And for colder days, a light knit or even a cardigan will look super interesting. I don't think it's a piece that matches very sporty pieces, you know? So, for example, I don't think a floral skirt looks great with that sporty jacket that's trendy right now. Not saying it won't work, but when will it work? When you match the colors. So, if you have a burgundy sporty jacket and wear a floral skirt with a burgundy base, it's much easier to match than if the colors are completely different. Because the styles of the pieces themselves are already different, you know? But aside from that, it's a skirt that evokes spring. So, as I mentioned in the case of suede, if you're a woman and your season is spring, you'll immediately go well with this skirt. I don't have a floral skirt in my wardrobe yet, just dresses. But I'm thinking of investing. And you, do you have one already? I always like your opinion in the comments. You know the video doesn't end here. I love reading your opinions in the comments because you also influence other subscribers with your opinions, okay? So tell me, do you already have any of these skirts? Or are you thinking of buying one? And if you like this video, you'll also love the other videos I always bring here on the channel. Because here, we're always talking about fashion, beauty, and trends. Always updating you on what's most in style right now so you won't be left behind. So subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, YouTube will notify you every day when a brand new video comes out, made with all love and care for you. While you subscribe, we'll keep going with the video. Number 9 is the cargo skirt. Some people love the cargo skirt, others don't like it. I confess to you that I'm often unsure when it comes to buying a skirt like this for myself. On one hand, I love cargo items because they are practical and have lots of pockets. On the other hand, sometimes I find it a bit heavy. But it's a very interesting look and goes really well with those sporty pieces I mentioned earlier that are currently in fashion. So if you like, for example, a sporty jacket, it will look very interesting with a cargo skirt. This is a more utilitarian style, so it will have pockets. The pockets will be larger, it will have zippers, and a belt marking the waist. So, what I recommend is that you match it with your wardrobe. If your wardrobe is more casual, sporty, or creative, if your wardrobe is very romantic, full of little flowers, very delicate, most likely this skirt will be forgotten in the back because it's hard to match with, for example, a puff sleeve blouse. It doesn't work very well. It works much better with a tank top or a sporty jacket. So keep that in mind so you don't buy it and then not use it, okay? The colors you'll see are the basics. Beige, olive, those colors that are always associated with cargo pieces, whether it's a cargo bag, cargo pants, or in this case, a cargo skirt. I think it looks really cool with sneakers, and also with platform shoes, because it creates a very interesting, creative visual. In fact, one of my favorite ways is when someone wears a cargo skirt with big platform boots. I think it looks amazing. But it's a piece with a laid-back vibe, a youthful vibe. It's not an elegant or chic piece. Keep that in mind if your style is very creative, youthful, and laid back. If you like that early 2000s aesthetic, you know, with lots of belts, big bags, big sneakers, it will be perfect for your wardrobe. Number 10 is the bubble skirt, also known as the balloon skirt. But wait, I'm not talking about the short bubble skirt. The short bubble skirt did have its moment when it went viral, but then it faded away a bit. Now, what's coming back are longer bubble skirts. And what I find interesting about them is that they look very nice, very elegant, very feminine, very interesting. People, there are some wonderful skirts you wouldn't believe. That's exactly why I'm showing you several examples to inspire you. I'm not a fan of bubble skirts, okay? I admit, I don't like the short models. The long models, I think, are amazing, almost perfect. They are feminine in the right measure and look stunning with tailored pieces. I saw a set that had a skirt like this along with a blazer, and both pieces were in a sort of sand or cream tone, let's say. It was wonderful, stunning. Why? Because the silhouette looked interesting, and the material was nice. The skirt was long. Regarding the short skirt, I don't like it. I don't think it looks good. If it's a mini skirt, in my opinion, even worse. I think it doesn't flatter most people, unless you have that model runway body, and even then, it will look daring. In my opinion, too daring. Okay? but it's a matter of taste. Like I always say here on the channel, your personal style is the most important. So it's no use me saying I don't like it if you do. If you like it, you should wear it, okay? But, in my opinion, I wouldn't wear it. And I'm very happy that now these skirts, in the longer version, are what's trending and viral at the moment. I would invest in neutral tones, especially beige, nude, and black. I wouldn't invest in very bold colors, as I mentioned before. Whenever a piece has a very creative design or shape, if you add an even more creative color, it becomes hard to match. So instead of bright pink, go for beige, cream, or off-white. Much easier to wear daily, okay? Regarding combinations, as I said, you can pair it with a blazer, which looks wonderful. A button-up shirt also looks perfect. I think it looks great with more delicate shoes, like pointed toe pumps or strappy sandals. Think of more delicate and sleek pieces to create a beautiful, elegant contrast, just like the images I'm showing you. After all, shoes can make a big difference in the look. If you wear this skirt, for example, with a platform shoe, it won't work. And it's precisely thinking about the shoes that I brought a video where I talk about the main shoes that are trending right now on the internet and viral on all social media. Want to know which ones? Just click on the video that's appearing on your screen. See you there.